Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Suraj Rikame. I'm an actor, a dancer, and an aspiring filmmaker. So everyone has this dream when they're young. They want to be something, you might want it to be an engineer, or I don't know if that was fed by your parents, but everyone wants to be something, actor, dancer, cricketer, something like that. I too had a dream, which was no way related to acting. I did not want it to be an actor or something of that sort. I wanted to be a cricketer, and I was pursuing my game, and I was quite good at it. So then, how did I end up acting? Well, its credit goes to the Bollywood, to Shah Rukh Khan. So he's been my idol since I've started watching films, and not just any Bollywood. The Bollywood that Karan Johar showed us, Sanjay Leela Bhansali showed us, the glamorous world, the international locations, and all those things. And when I used to watch them on television, on screens, in films, I just used to think one thing that I want to do what he's doing because everyone is loving him. I'm falling in love with him. And that's all I wanted to do. So I used to dance. And I used to derive that main character energy from dancing, where I felt that yes, people are liking it. I'm expressing, people are loving me. But I wanted to take it to the next level. And I had no idea how to do that. And then I got to know that yes, acting is the way to do that. So it was just this basic thought. Just this basic thought led me to what I am right now and what I'm doing and pursuing right now. And this was not at all related to acting actually. It was just I wanted to do what they did on screen, sing to the songs, dance, and just express myself. So that's how I started. And for what I knew was to be acting, I discovered this around my 10th boards. And it was a crucial year, of course. And coming from a background with farming, and there's no one related to acting field in any which ways, I chose this and I told this to my parents this, yes, I'm going to do this and I'm going to pursue this. They thought, यार 2 महीने का thought है चला जाएगा कर लेने दो. And it was during my 10th boards, so it was a crucial year. And what I thought was 10 boards हो जाएंगे, then after that I'll pursue it. And I'll choose whatever is required, arts, science, whatever it is required, I'll do that. But 10th boards were काफ़ी long time because I discovered it at the start of the 10th. और मुझे ऐसा लगा नहीं यार, I was on that passion high where I wanted to, give it a try. And I wanted to start as soon as possible. So what I knew at that time, I used to do is, I used to listen to all the monologues available online and I used to write it down in a book and I used to copy exactly the exact expression where did the actor took the pause and all those nuances of it and I used to enact it in my room while I told my parents that I was studying for boards and they were also shocked. यार बच्चा तो बहुत बहुत पढ़ाई कर रहा है अचानक से what has happened. मतलब 8-8 घंटे रूम में बैठे जा रहा है क्रिकेट खेलने नहीं जा रहा कहीं और नहीं जा रहा बट they had an idea what I was doing but they did not thought कि मैं completely I was into it that I was not even studying. So that's how I started my training of acting. And my mom knew it that मैं बीच बीच में ये सारी चीज़ें कर रहा हूँ but she thought बीच बीच में and it was not at all बीच बीच में it was continuously that and I was not at all studying. So one day she walked in while I was doing the same thing. I was listening to the lines and I was writing it down. She walked in and she saw it and I made a face like, yeah, I mean, I understand. You can take this book. I'll study and then give it afterwards to me. So I gave it to her and I was speaking. I was saying, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'll focus on my studies and all those things. She just took a step back. She tore it all to pieces right in front of me. And I couldn't say a thing. I was just looking at her and tears rolled down my eyes. And after she left, I saw those pieces and I started shouting like anything. I wanted to let them know how much it meant to me. But I understand the situation they were in. They were trying to, just help me get over this education thing and focus on what is important right now. So I won't blame them much. So I decided that अब तो मैंने marks लाके दिखाऊंगा. I'm going to do it and I started studying. I got good grades and then I showed them the report card. और मैं हीरो की एंट्री में आया और हीरो की एंट्री में चला गया. आई टोल्ड देम कि अब मैं एक्टिंग परस्यू करूँगा, मुझे कोई नहीं रोक सकता. एंड इट वाज वेकेशंस, सो उन्हें भी यही लगा कि ठीक है कर लेने तो 2 महीने में भूत उतर जाएगा इसका. एंड देन आई एम्बार्क्ड ऑन द जर्नी कि एक्टिंग क्लासेस, एक्टिंग कोर्सेज और समथिंग लाइक दैट मुझे कहाँ मिल सकते हैं इन पुणे. एंड आई वॉज नॉट इवन इन मुंबई एट दैट टाइम. सो आई टुक द पिंक स्कूटी विच माई मॉम हैड, आप सबको पता ही होगी, द पिंक वन. एंड I used to roam around the city with that और मैंने काफ़ी सारे कोर्सेज देखे. There were many courses of big celebrities in Pune, but they were very costly. And if I had to show my parents कि मैं करके दिखाऊंगा, I did not wanted to, take money from them, and I did not wanted to do that. So as I collected all the data of it, I was leaving. I was going back to my place around evening, and then I saw a poster on a wall which said actors required, aspiring actors required, who can give us nothing but their time. And that's all I had at that time, all the time in the world. So I just went in, I spoke with them, I told them that this is what I want to do, and they were like, okay, come on, like, you're in, just come tomorrow for the practice, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that was my first theater group. I joined the theater group, and I knew, of course, if they were not gonna, pick me and put me in the lead spot right the next moment. So I had my patience with me. I was ready for it. I was ready to be, doing other work, the backstage work and everything. So 1 month passed, 2 months passed, several months passed, a year passed. I was doing nothing. I was just helping with the backstage, the sound, the lights, and major work of mine was just to get tea and snacks for everyone. And I was okay with it at first, but eventually I started questioning myself and other things, that is this what I'm going to do my entire life? Is this what it takes to be an actor, or am I even working towards it? I had no clue. So, if you all might remember, I used to write down the monologues and I used to learn it and say so. Everyone had the script in the theater group. I also had the script. So, what I used to do is, I used to take down the monologues in it and I used to be there before an hour, and I used to just practice it, shouting it loudly with variations, and I used to see the lead actor doing it. So, of course, I had something in my mind. But I did not have a video copy of it for me to refer every time when I needed it. So I mixed, it naturally happened that I mixed it with my emotions, my understanding of the scene, my understanding of the monologue, and without being directed, just I used to practice it. And yeah, that was most what I was doing, and getting tea and snacks for everyone. So one fine day, the director of the show, when we were prepping up for the play, he asked the lead actor to sit down, and he told me that, Suraj, get up. Here is a monologue, and take your 5 minutes, learn it, memorize it, and perform it. And I was waiting for that one moment, but I was not expecting everyone to be, pinned their eyes on me. But it is what it is. So I had to do it. I learned all the monologue, and yeah, standing just there, I delivered the monologue because I was practicing that. So I had that in my mind, and I was very confident about it. As I was delivering the monologue, everyone left their work and was just looking at me. And as the monologue was done, everyone started clapping. Everyone started applauding, clapping for a minute straight, except my director. And I was just looking at him like, what, does he have any, criticizing words? Is he gonna ask me to change something? He did not like it, or what? What is it exactly? Everyone stopped clapping. He looked at me. He said, come here. I went to him. He put a hand in his pocket. He took out a 100 rupee note. He put it in my hand. He looked me in the eye, and he said, "Ja chai nashta leke aa." And I was, the roller coaster of emotions I went through at that time. I was like, what is it exactly? Everyone has liked it. Give me some pointers if there are any. Like, guide me or tell me if I went wrong. Nothing. He just said, "Ja chai nashta leke aa." I was furious. I stormed out of there. And then, yeah, I got chai nashta, of course. The practice started. And eventually, I could see the difference. After that, I started, playing a character which had one lines, two dialogues in the same play. So I could see progress, that he was a little bit not impressed, but he knew that yes, I can start with it. So one fine day, just before a week of our play, there were auditions going down the hall. And so our director strongly believed that you should not interfere or mix two processes when you are working on one. So everyone knew that no one's gonna get to audition. But director picked out three people, three of the students from the entire team, and he picked the lead actor out, the female lead, and he pointed in the corner towards a boy, which was me. Everyone again was looking at me like, what exactly is happening? Why did he pick him? He just came right now. Like, it's not even been a year. And we are here for 5, 6 years. What is happening? I was also going through that, but I left that question wondering and I left. And we went and gave in the audition. No one got selected, of course. But I had this thought in my mind that he did not say a word when it was needed, or when I needed that, I needed to know what was happening, and he kind of disrespected me. He gave me money and he asked me to get chai and snacks after everyone was applauding. And then why did he choose me? I went after the after the play, and I asked him, like, why did you choose me of all? He just looked me in the eye again, and he said, I thought and I know you're ready. That was all the validation I needed. That was all the appreciation or motivation I needed. From then onwards, I started auditioning even more frequently. So I gave lots and lots of auditions, hundreds of auditions in Marathi industry. I did not crack a single one. Then I went on to Hindi, and the first audition I gave, I cracked it. I starred in the web series called Selection Day, and that's how I started my on-screen acting experience. And with the same casting team, I did another film called Ye Ballet, and then finally, eventually, with the same casting team, I did a film called Extraction. Now, Extraction was the biggest hit on its platform. It was the most watched film of that time. And when I auditioned for it, I did not know that I am auditioning for this film. So I auditioned for Extraction. I got the part. I was applauded by casting directors. I was validated very much by assistants, by the directors, by the assistants of the directors, by the casting director, and many people. That was very much what I need at that time. Extraction happened, big energy, very big producers, actors, international stars, the ones we always see, and I'm gonna work with them now. Big entourage, uh, luxurious, काफी leisure way में था सब कुछ, and it was actually overwhelming for me that what should I do, like what if I go wrong and all those things. But I was enjoying a lot. So we shot for 40-45 days a year with Extraction. I met all the actors from the Indian industry, the international industry. I admired many of them. So we spoke. Everyone kind of had seen my work. Everyone told me that you were great in this. I saw your audition for Extraction, you were lovely. Chris Hemsworth himself telling me that yes, I saw your audition and it was great. I performed scenes with him and many actors. So I did not have scenes with everyone in the film, but everyone kind of knew me except one. So, and I admired him the most. I've been seeing his work as I was a child. I've admired him the most. I loved how he was, his versatility and all those things. I just wanted to meet him. I was like, it's fine. I don't want to, create a scene or something like that. I'll just meet him. I'll leave. And luckily, he was shooting the same day as I was shooting. So I went to his trailer. He was not there. His manager, who's a very lovely person, who's like a godmother to me right now, she told me that yes, he is in the makeup trailer. I'll take you to him. And my heart was beating fast. What am I gonna say? How am I gonna say? And what all things will I blurt out which I shouldn't? All these things were running in my mind. So I met him. I literally started telling all those things, all the films I watched of his, all the characters, how much I loved him. He also responded very positively back, and we, went on to have lunch after that. We had a lunch. I spent quite nice 2 hours with him, and he did not know that I existed before this moment. He just got to know about me when I met him. And after that lunch, he told me one thing. He has not seen my performance, nothing. He knows nothing about me. He just said this to me that Suraj, my friend, I want to tell you this one thing, that तुम इस फील्ड में काफ़ी आगे जाओगे, काफ़ी दूर तक जाओगे, and I feel it. And I was like, sir, why? So he explained it. He said to me that acting तो बहुत लोग कर लेते हैं, तुम्हें 10% एक्टिंग भी आती हो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, तुम वर्क कर लोगे. But what you have is you know how to sell yourself, and that is very important in this field. So that was the thing. I was just being myself. I was not doing anything consciously, but I don't know how true it is or how true it was back then. But now I know what I have to do consciously. Now I know how I have to behave consciously. So all that happened. We shot Extraction, and we went back to our place. Extraction was getting into editing room, and it got edited. They screened the Extraction for the crew back there in LA, and they thought that it needs to be reshot again. So we reshot it after a year. So it took hefty 2.5 years of my life, of everyone's life, to make that film. So I was 17 and I ended up being 20 or 19 when it released. So we shot it, we reshot it, and just after that, the hype, I felt all the hype around me. I felt like I had hyped it up myself because this was one of the biggest opportunities I've ever gotten. And my friends hyped it, everyone hyped it up. And just after some days, when we were in lockdown in COVID, the poster, trailer, and teaser of Extraction was put out. Everyone was hyping about it. The trailer looked great. The cast and crew looked great. Everything, and it was gonna be a huge success. Everyone could see it. But I did not see a glimpse of my character even for a second in it. Not on the poster, not on the trailer, not in the teaser, nowhere. Nowhere at all. I was disheartened. Now everyone was praising me that I did a great job, the crew, the casting members, and everyone. But I did not see a glimpse of my character in that. And my friends started asking me, and everyone who knew me started asking me, "Where are you? We don't see you." And I was just trying to, change the topic by saying, "Yeah, हाँ यार, मतलब दिख जाएगा, शायद edit में cut हो गया होगा, and film आएगी तब दिख जाएगा. It is a big reveal and all." I was not sure about what it was, but this happens a lot in the film industry. On edit table, you don't know what's gonna come out. You don't know if you are in the film or in the show. It's like that, and I had no clue about it. I started overthinking. I started overthinking on the fact that, did I do great? Did I really do great? Were they being just humble to me? Or maybe I messed up the language because that is not my native. I don't know how to speak the Bengali. What did I do? And all those things started taking up my mind. And eventually, when it was just about to release, I received a call from a social media platform. And there speaks a man with a very strong voice for 2 minutes straight about how he loved my performance, how memorable my performance was. He remembered each and every scene which I was in, and he was asking about how everything is going on, and is it like you're gonna love it, and is your family doing great, and all those things. And I was on seventh heaven. It was none other than that same man who told me that you're gonna go far in this field. So he had watched the preview of Extraction before its release. So I was in the seventh heaven. I was just happy to know that I'm in the film with all my parts intact. And on top of that, it is noteworthy. It was noteworthy that this person is calling me and telling me. Then after that, I started receiving calls from the casting team, from the managers and everyone, that yes, they saw the film and they loved it. I'm doing great. I was again on the seventh heaven. So after that, after the film was released, film created a lot of hype, and it lived up to the hype. Everyone loved it. Everyone loved my performance. I started getting love from all over the world, from Brazil, from US, from India, from everywhere. I was appreciated. My work was appreciated. My phone was continuously ringing, and all those things. So it was short lived, but it was fun till it happened. And after all of this, there was this time in COVID where no one was shooting, nothing was happening. I was just wondering about that time, that I got irritated because I again started, doubting myself and seeking for validation or seeking for reassurances that yes, there will be work after this. You'll be working, or maybe you'll, get to experiment with different characters. You'll be noticed. All of these things. I got irritated by that thought that कि यार हमेशा थोड़ी ऐसा होता रहेगा कि if you are not appreciated by someone else, or if you're not validated by someone who does not matter or who does not have a say in it, are you going to feel this way? Are you going to feel disvalued? Are you going to feel that you're useless? Is it going to be always? I mean, I auditioned, I shot for the film. The film is out. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to be validated, right? I was tested and I was qualified. And I was on the scene, I was shooting, right? That's all I needed. And even if that wouldn't have happened, What if I would have been rejected? And rejection is a daily thing in an actor's life. In Mumbai, it's said that rejection is a step up to the success every time you get rejected. You get rejected right and left, up and down in Mumbai every time if you are an actor. You get rejected by the casting director, you get rejected by the associates, you get rejected by the casting assistants, the interns, you get rejected by the watchman who doesn't let you enter the casting house, you get rejected by the auto walas who is not going to drop you from the casting house to your home. You get rejected all the way. I mean, that was a habit, to get rejected. So I just started planting this seed in my mind and, inculcating this thought that it's fine. It's not you. 99% of the times, it's the production, the writers, or the others. Even if you get rejected, it's fine. You may not be fitting the look, or there might be many reasons of it. But the self-doubt that comes with it, the anxiety, the other things that comes with it, gets in your way and stops you from doing which the things which you might do, and you might do great. So I started inculcating this thought. I started living with it. I started, practicing it and telling myself that the power to make me feel valued, the power to make me be seen, feel appreciated, and all those things majorly should and will lie with me, and then my close ones who I trust, who I know will positively criticize me, and they won't, make me feel otherwise, like disvalued or something like that. They won't let me be in that space. So the power mostly resides with me and them. And as I started inculcating this thought, my life changed. I started to look at things from a different angle, from a different view. I started enjoying auditioning process. I started enjoying the life. I started enjoying the shoots, and it has done a lot better in my life. So yeah, I started inculcating this thought, and I started saying this one line every day to myself, that I am the measure of my worth, and I say I'm worthy. Thank you.